Hey everybody, and welcome back. So in today's video we are setting up our budget for July. So we have all of our stickers from the shop, so if you want to check them out, they are on Etsy. There's a link in the description. But let's go ahead and get started. So we have July here. We're actually going to take out some of these from June, flip on over to July. So we're going to start with our monthly view. In here, I like to track all of our, oh my gosh, again? Okay, well, I will set this up later. I don't know why this keeps cutting wrong. Alright, anyways, I will set this up, but on this page here, we will put in our cash envelope expenses from day to day, as well as any bills that are paid throughout the month. The next sheet here, we're going to set up our debt tracker. So we track our debt every time we make a payment on it, so that way we know how much has come out. So, and we have 4 debts right now. We have both vehicles, and then I have student loans and medical debt. So, and I'm hoping that after we tackle the cars, we can get the other 2 taken care of. Alright, so let's pull out a handy dandy pen here. So I list these in order of like well, not even priority. I think I have them in here as highest to lowest amounts right now. So the Highlander, because I just want to make sure I'm tracking and seeing how low our debt's becoming. Then we have the Camaro, which the Camaro is the one that we are focused on trying to get paid off quickly, because his has the lowest interest, or it has the higher interest between the 2 cars. So alright, and the starting amount for debt is $22,756.34 for the Highlander, $12,928.27 for the Camaro, $10,519 for student loans, and then $15,595 for medical. So our total debt amount is $61,798.61 for us right now. Alright, so we're going to take another thick washi here. And we're going to lay down a transaction log. So every 2 weeks we make a payment on the cards, and I just like to write it down to track the transactions so we know when and how much we paid it. And sometimes I even go as far as like how much went towards principal, how much went towards interest. So we have all of that ready to go here. Flipping on over, the first sheet here we like to do is set up our paycheck breakdown and our budget for the month. So we're going to start with our July budget. It's trying to put us all the way back into January. Oh my goodness. I absolutely love the 2 different colors for this kit here. Thought it was super cute. There we go. Okay. Set up our budget. So on your budget sheets here, at the top we do the resource of where your income is coming from, and you can do the estimated amounts, what you predict will come in. I try to make sure I lowball it I used the previous month to kind of determine how much like James's checks will come in about average. That way I don't over budget and put us in a bind if we don't have enough. So with that being said, we have James, his full-time. Then we have Mel, which this includes when I get paid from the nutrition club and any other income. And then we have One Income, which I'm thinking about changing my name for YouTube and Etsy and all of that, but I have no ideas on what I want to change it to, so we will see. And then we have Other for when anything else other comes in. And Other could be like in August we're going to try to sell some of our baby's clothes and things at a consignment thing, so hopefully we'll get some money from that. And tax refund goes under there. Extra bonuses, anything that's extra that we don't account for regularly is where we put under Other. For this month, we estimate James's checks at about $750 for 4 weeks, so that is $3,000 estimated for his income. For me, I'm estimating about $400 for myself. That will be from the nutrition club or DoorDash, whichever I get some money from. One Income, we don't expect anything because we did just get our YouTube paycheck last month, and normally it's been taking several months to get paid out from YouTube. And the money that I've been getting in from Etsy lately has been just enough to kind of cover my monthly expenses for the business. So as soon as I can get that to grow a little more, we'll be able to add a more income from there. And then I think we have, I want to say, normally I don't put anything for Other, but 20, because I'm going to try to list some things on like Facebook and try to sell some stuff, so I'm going to be determined to try to do that. So I added only 20 just in case it doesn't go well. So that does total us to $3,420 of our minimum amount of income for the month of July. So this number here is what we're going to be working with to fund stuff for August. Alright, so now that we have that one, let's grab we're going to do a solid one here. Alright, so then you have two options if you want to do all of your expenses and list them straight down and do a budget and an actual amount there, or you can split up and do a variable and a fixed. So I like to do the variable and fixed on this one. Fixed. And then annual. Alright, so our fixed ones are ones that are pretty much set and they don't really change. I have one or two that might like fluctuate throughout the month, but we shall see. Alright, fixed, first up we have cars at 9 of 20. Then we have rent at 600. Allstate only changes every 6 months, and it sometimes stays the same and sometimes it changes, so it just depends. That's 314. We have cell phones. Which is a 166. Internet, it says 66. Student loans, for 60. And then pest control, $33. All right, so those are all of our fixed. All right, so let's add those up and see what our total fixed side is. So 920 plus 600 plus 314 plus 166, 66, 60, and 33. So our fixed side totals us to $2,159. All right. Moving on to our variable side. So I told y'all my whole spiel about the budget billing for the power. Well, we are moving it back over into variable because it's going to fluctuate. So we budgeted $420. I have $55 in the utility sinking fund that will be added to that to help cover the power bill for this month. This was like $491 or something. So I'm gonna be a little short. Let's see, 420 plus 55. Yeah, so we're gonna be a little short, but we'll figure it out. Next up, we have water, which we budgeted down to $80 for water. Hopefully that's enough because it's been a little high lately. Then we have groceries at 600, gas at 400. And if y'all don't use the Sphinx app or have Sphinx near you, I'm so sorry, but around our area they started the 25 cents back off if you use the app to pay for your gas. So just a little heads up on that. Then we have spending, and I think this is the most we've ever had in spending for one single month. So $200, and that is for me and James to split in half, so we each got 100. And then miscellaneous, we have 50 set aside, and then a few other categories that we don't budget from previous month. We kind of see what we can put in it for the current month. We have sinking funds, then debt, the cushion, which is a little buffer in our checking account. So you can call it a cushion, a buffer, whichever one you want to call it. And then anything unbudgeted. So those are all of our variable expenses that we have. And I always like to leave a line just in case anything's been forgotten or missed. So, but there is our monthly budget. So these here have all been fully funded. They are all fully funded with the income from June. And this amount here is going to help fund all of August. So with that being said, we're going to, oh, here, let's do the math on how much we have. So we have 420 plus 80 plus 600 plus 400 plus 250. So we have $1,750 sitting here. So that is awesome. All right, we're gonna flip over and set up our paycheck breakdown over here really fast. Okay. I also had to buy a new printer for the business because I've had mine for like 6 years, and recently it's starting to not print as good, so I had to get a new printer. So fun expenses. I love expenses. Alright, so first up we're going to put all of our income at the top again and see what we have, and then we'll list all of our expenses and go from there. So we have James, Mill, one income, and other. All right, so there's our sources of income for our household. We're going to use another solid to kind of match these two sheets. Perfect. And we'll go ahead and lay down our expense one. All right, so James's income is the same as the July budget side. Is $3,400 for myself, nothing from one income, and 20 from other, so 3,420. Perfect. Now this is the minimum amount that we expect to come in, so we cannot budget over that amount there. So let me show y'all what I mean by that. So let's list all of our expenses, and then we'll go through and put in the amounts. So I try to do these highest to lowest. So we have cars, rent, groceries, gas, Allstate, utilities, and utilities, it groups the water and power together. Then we have AT&T that groups our internet and phones, but are paid separately. Student loans, pest control, miscellaneous, spending, sinking funds, savings, debt, cushion. All right, so those are all of our categories that we have in our budget. So let's lay this down. All right, so for our budget amounts that we can put in, so for cars it is $920. Rent is getting $600. Groceries is going to get the full amount of $600. Now gas, we don't quite have enough to do $400 after we get all of our bills taken care of, so we do have $327 left over that we can put towards gas. Now if we have a good week, we can definitely add more to gas to get it to our $400, which seems to be our sweet spot. We'll still have a little left over usually when we're at $400, so that is good. Then Allstate is getting its full amount at $314. Utilities, we are budgeting $400. AT&T is $166. Student loans is going to get $60. And then pest control is getting its $33. So that is it. That is all that we'll receive anything for now. Now if we have extra come in or anything like that, that we just have an abundance more so than what we need, we will put it into any of those categories down there. But until then, that is what we are looking at. So now we have both of our paycheck breakdown and July budget ready to go. All right, flipping on over, we're going to set up our weekly check-in and our transaction log. So we're going to go back to using our pink one here. So with our weekly check-in, we like to go in and check in once a week usually and see how our budget is doing. So, because I'll try here lately I've been doing like a big shopping trip at the beginning of the month and then picking up a few things that we may need throughout each week. I'm trying to really pay attention to what I pick up because we went through $500 pretty quickly last month and I wasn't too excited. But I'm hoping that for this month we have a little bit better month, and I'm going to be very cautious. I do know I need to go to Sam's Club because we need to get, oh, wrong one. Hold on a second. Talking and was not paying attention. Bet you somebody was yelling at me through the camera that I was not putting weekly check-in. There we are. Whew. Goodness, what a mess myself up. Alright. And now I don't remember what I was talking about. But anyways. Oh, I do need to go to Sam's Club. That's what we was talking about. To get some meat, so pork and ground beef for sure, and then probably a new snack for the kids. And there's a few other things, but I might be able to hold off until I know I need them. So that's the plan. But let me talk about weekly check-in. So when we check in weekly, we check in for our groceries, our gas, our spending, our miscellaneous, and if there's anything that's been unbudgeted for the week. Now we pretty much know if we're gonna have something unbudgeted. We try to plan for it. So usually we don't see them, but you never know. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so there is the weekly check-in side, and I like to write off camera on that one just because it always goes a little crazy when I write on camera for some reason. So and then on this side here, I do a running transaction log of all of our transactions. So whatever is on our monthly view besides bills will get put over here. So that way we can see a trend on how we are doing in each category. So it just helps me know where we're at. There's usually a lot of gas receipts, especially over the weekend. And then can be quite a few groceries each week, so just depends. But there is this one looking gorgeous. All right, perfect. Now the last thing that we set up is going to be our sinking fund, so we'll set that up on this one, and this will be the last one for our budget that will be completely ready to go. So let's see. I'll go ahead and lay down both thick washies. Alright. Oh. So for this side, it's just another transaction log so we can keep up when we have money coming out of our categories and where it was going to, so that way we have a reminder. So let's add this. Alright, and then on this side, now we're going to use our sinking fund one. Perfect. And then this one. All right, so now we're going to go through and fill in where we're sitting at with our sinking funds. All right, we have quite a few categories here. You do not need this many. You can start out with one, you can start out with two, or you can make a whole list and try to separate it out. It's up to you. this is customizable to whatever you feel like you need. All right, so let's start off. We have Alexis. Now these categories for the kids cover any activity they want to do, all the things that they need for that particular activity. I'm trying to decide if I want to break up and do school inside of there, but I think I might just leave it with their activities that they're participating in so I know what they need. So I think that's what we're going to do. Then we have anniversary. Then we have B-Day, which is birthdays. We now have seven of us having birthdays. We have Bubba, car maintenance, car taxes, Christmas, clothes, family fun, gifts. And gifts is for anybody, family, friends, holidays, showers or anything like that. So that's where we pulled that from there. Then we have holiday. We have lawn care. I'm going to take medical out because we haven't used it, and we can use our health savings account for a lot more than I knew about, so we won't need that. We will have mail. So any money that's left over in my personal spending, I put inside of here to cover my next hair appointment that'll come up. So there's that. We have Phoenix. We have Sam's Club. We have school. We have Sky. Steven, vision, and utilities. Now utilities is a very unique one. Like I'm about to go back to it, but before we would have our power and water fluctuate depending on our usage, and we would pay it based on that. And then I went to budget billing, which it was set every single month, so we didn't need to worry about adding any money into here. So we will be going back to that. All right, so let's go in and fill in our beginning of balances. This is updated to what is actually cash in the envelopes as we are talking right now. So I don't know what happened between last month and this month and why they're different, because they wasn't wrote down. So we're going with what is currently sitting in each envelope. Just want to make sure that's clear, because I know Alexis's I think is off from last month, and I'm not sure why, and it's driving me insane. So we're just going with what we have and just let it roll off my back on that one. All right, so for Alexis, hers is starting out at $565. Anniversary has 100. Birthdays has 150. Bubba has 200. Car maintenance has 40. Car taxes has 359. Actually, it's 360. I just counted that one. 360. Christmas still has the 281. Clothes has 33. Family Fun has 626. Gifts has 45. Holiday has 10. Lawn Care has 25. I currently don't have anything. Phoenix has 200. Sam's Club has 100. School has 118. Sky doesn't have anything because we just started his. Steven has 200. Vision has 300. And then Utilities has 55. All right, so this is where we're starting off currently for the month of July. So we'll see how this month goes. I know we have in August, Alexa's is dance, or not dance. Alexa starts her gymnastics, and then she has that pageant. So she needs to still get her dress and outfits for the pageant, and then we'll start making monthly payments for gymnastics. So that will be fun. Car taxes are going to be paid this month. So we're hoping there's enough in there. If not, we might have to add just a little bit somehow. But this is our, oh, I didn't do one on the side. Hold on. All right. Okay, so now we have everything. So we have our July monthly calendar. We have our debt and debt tracker ready to go, our paycheck breakdown and our budget, our weekly check-in and transaction log, and then our sinking funds and transaction log. So we are ready to go for the month of July. I really hope that y'all enjoyed this budget with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I cannot wait to catch y'all in the next video. Bye-bye now.